This is probably the most anti-Galliano collection Dior ever showed. The clearest example of this shift came in Dior's 2005 Couture collection. By the early 2000s, Dior under Galliano wasn't just a fashion house anymore. It was a spectacle machine. Every season pushed harder than the last. Bigger staging, heavier references, more theatrical everything. Entire collapsing civilizations built on a runway for 15 minutes and then gone. And for a while, it was genuinely insane in the best way. But by 2004, something had shifted. Not in Galliano's work, in how people were watching it. The problem wasn't that it got worse. The problem was that it got familiar. Even the shock wasn't really shocking anymore. It was just the next version of the thing they already knew was coming. Galliano hadn't changed, but the reaction to him had. And in fashion, that's usually the first sign of trouble. By 2005, Galliano was done with a certain version of himself, and one sentence said it all. More exclusive, less MTV. Not a strategy, a correction. Because MTV wasn't just a channel, it was the whole logic. Speed, noise, everything moving too fast to mean anything. Galliano had been right in the middle of that. His shows were events, his images were built to circulate, and for a while that was exactly the point. But by 2005, he was done amplifying it. The staging got quieter, the chaos came out. And what was left was just construction, craft with nowhere to hide, which is actually the harder thing. Spectacle carries weight for you. Strip it away and everything lands on the clothes. Every seam, every proportion, every reference standing on its own. That's not simplicity. That's exposure. Okay, so this collection is actually so interesting to me because Galliano he pulled back completely. No insane set, no theatrical chaos, none of that. And at first you're like, wait, is something wrong? But then you actually look at the clothes and you're like, oh. Edie Sedgwick and Joséphine de Beauharnais in the same collection, which is such a weird combination, but it works because he's not doing it loudly. Like, he's not putting a corset on one side and a mod dress on the other. It's all just in the cut, in the proportion. You feel both of them without either of them screaming at you. And the set was Warhol factory vibes. Bare, raw, no drama, which for Galliano is basically monastic. The thing is, when you take away all the spectacle, and Galliano's spectacle was genuinely insane, like full civilizations on a runway, when you take all that away, the clothes have to actually work. There's nothing covering for them. And that's scary for a designer whose whole identity was more. But these clothes work, like they really work. And I think that's what makes this collection so underrated. It's not Galliano at his loudest. It's Galliano proving he didn't need to be loud. And that's why this collection is iconic. Not because of what it added, but because of what Galliano was willing to remove. The spectacle, the chaos, the formula that made him famous, all of it gone. And what was left was just the clothes. And they were enough.